Okay, guys, let's talk about your pineal gland, your gateway to consciousness, the seat of your soul. Your pineal gland is located in the center of your head. It's also known as your third eye. Um, and it's a gland that's in your brain, and it is affected by many things. Um, my name is Brandeline Johnson, and I teach intuition and mediumship development. And this video is part of that because it is extremely important for you to become aware of how you receive information from spirit. And your third eye is one of those gateways, those channels to receive that information. And this video may be a little bit controversial because I'm going to explain how your pineal gland gets calcified. It becomes uh, bombarded with junk, so to say, and it starts making a hard shell around this gland, which, when that happens, it disconnects you from consciousness. It also um, causes you to be complacent and to not question things and to almost not think for yourself. And how does this happen? It's through a lot of the things that we put in, on, or around our body. I hope that my dogs stay quiet for this video. I'm going to continue and I'm going to ask Spirit to keep the dogs quiet. So, in our world today and at the grocery store, almost all the food in there is toxic. It's processed food, and these are not actually recognized by our body as food. And a lot of those processed foods create toxins in our body, and then the toxins go immediately to that pineal gland. Additionally, our source of water, most of the city water is fluoridated, and fluoride is extremely toxic to the pineal gland. Now, the interesting thing about fluoride, it calcifies your pineal gland, but fluoride is actually a magnet to anything that's iron. The iron content in some of our foods is astronomical. I know there was an article somewhere about some breakfast cereals that you could hold a magnet over the flakes, and the flakes would attract to the magnet because there's so much iron in it. A lot of our products are brought to us from China, which are just laden with heavy metals. Anything that's iron or heavy metal is toxic to us. But again, that fluoride becomes a magnet. So the fluoride goes directly to your pineal gland, and then all of these other toxins and heavy metals are like magnetized to this area. And that keeps you disconnected from who you really are. So, um, in this video, I want to explain some of the things that you should probably be removing from your diet and some of the things that would be beneficial to help you decalcify your pineal gland, which will then, it literally makes you smarter, and it makes you aware of so much more within you and so much more about your reality. And that's why I love also teaching intuition and mediumship development, because it goes hand in hand with what's in there, right? And what's out there. And who are you exactly? And so, things that you will want to remove is obviously the fluoride from your water and from your toothpaste and from anything for that matter. I believe that there's fluoride in sodas and all those. You're going to want to remove anything that is not actually really food. Processed foods, those have been processed so much that they're actually not food to your body and not food to your brain, and your body doesn't know what to do with it. It doesn't serve you whatsoever. You're going to want to also look into your self-care items. You know, what else? deodorant is really loaded with heavy metals, and you're putting it on a place in your body that's super sensitive but also super absorbent. So it's going to absorb those heavy metals and go into your system, clog your system up, but also go directly to your brain, to your pineal gland. So removing self-care products that are toxic to you, what is in your self-care? I have another video on self-care for the sensitive person that goes into those self-care items. But how can you decalcify your pineal gland? What can you add into your diet to break these away? So one of the first things I recommend is meditation, because meditation allows this gland to open up and to stretch its muscles, so to say, and it starts to become softer and more malleable. And the softer it gets, and then it actually starts expanding, believe it or not, even outside of your physical self, because everything is energy. So meditation is very important. Doing any sort of detox from heavy metals. And what is going to detox you from heavy metals? Greens. So things like spirulina, things like chlorella, things like I think it's called diametric earth, things like making sure you get your omega-3s, so coconut oil or olive oil, obviously changing your oil bases to a non-toxic oil. Greens, anything green leafy vegetables is going to go through your system, and those are like attracting heavy metals and will pull them out through your system. So greens, spirulina, chlorella, coconut oil, making sure you get your omega-3s. And then another thing is become aware of the clothing that you buy and the shoes that you buy and where are they shipped from, because believe it or not, a lot of the clothing is toxic with heavy metals too, and anything that's in, on, or around your body is going to be affecting you. Also, turning off things like the Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is a direct problem for your pineal gland. It disrupts its own heartbeat. Like your pineal gland kind of is connected to the heartbeat of Mother Earth, and that Wi-Fi disrupts that symbol. Is that what I'm trying to say? It disrupts the signal. Thank you. So those are some of the things that you can remove from your diet, and those are some of the things that you can add from your diet to create a healthier pineal gland. Also, when you go to sleep, your pineal gland is the gland that regulates your sleep patterns. So you will want to be sleeping in the dark. Your third eye needs to have that darkness so that it knows it's time to sleep right now. So remove any like night lights and whatnot from your bedroom. You also want to get that sleep between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., which not all of us do, but that's the best time for your pineal gland to connect. You're going to, I also recommend that you remove any major electronics from your bedroom or near your head. Do not sleep with your cell phone near you whatsoever. I leave mine in a completely other room, and I could still hear it in case of emergency. The radiation from your cell phone also disrupts the signal to your pineal gland. It also has radiation coming at your brain if it's close to your brain. These are all tips for you to become more aware of what your pineal gland does, and to become aware that you are being toxified from what you put in, on, and around your body, and you probably didn't even know it. And it can be upsetting, and that's why I said that this could be a controversial video, but educate yourself. Even if it seems disturbing, you'll be better off by knowing what you're putting in, on, or around your body, and making the necessary changes for your health. And when you make changes to your life, it vibrates outside of you, and other people will ask you questions, and you can educate them about the solution and about how much more aware you are, and how you feel like your IQ went up and you're able to absorb more information easier, and your whole life will change, and your perspective on reality will change. By any means, please feel free to leave comments on this video. Ask me any questions that you might have. Share your pineal gland experiences. Maybe you use something else to detoxify your pineal gland. I am open for all of you guys to share and share this video, because it definitely will help bring awareness to the world.